Hello, what's up, everybody, and welcome to the Sexy and Wealthy Mom Podcast. I'm your host, Sarah Fast, and inside is the space where you are receiving more money, more pleasure, more just true fulfillment, and flourishing in all areas of your life. I am so freaking excited to have you here for real. Happy Wednesday. It has been an incredible day so far. Seriously, had several runners in the market. The past, week or so, we've been seeing more of a bearish trend with just all the uncertainty and FUD being circulated around. However, things are looking up today, and I am so happy that I was buying some of those dips. I tell you what, and every single time the market dips, it's going to be uncomfortable. When you are playing some of these large caps, these longer term holds and investments, there is going to be moments where it is uncomfortable. But you got to stay focused on the long-term game, remembering what goes down must come up, and really truly integrating the version of yourself that sees when the overall market is dipping as an opportunity to get some really great discounts in the market. All right. And really just deciding to be the version of yourself that more money is on the way, and more opportunities to profit are always on the way. And this is so much more about how you embody wealth from the inside out. And that is why what I want to focus on in today's episode is wealth embodiment, what it is to me, and really supporting you to create your own definition. And so you have a clear path, a much clearer vision to take the steps necessary that you need to be taking on a consistent basis, not just here and there, but really truly doing this work consistently is going to give you so much more results. And I know you want results. You're here for results, and there is nothing wrong with that. We get to have results, and we get to love the journey on our way to having more results. And also, we gotta remember that wealth is a frequency first. It starts with how we feel, our alignment. Are your thoughts in alignment with what you want? What are you telling yourself about money? What do you believe about money? Are you talking shit about wealthy people, right? Like, are you separating yourself from those ahead of you because you think that they are on a pedestal, that they're better than you, and that they don't care about you, and all of this shit? We tell ourselves all sorts of stuff on this path of expansion, and we have to be willing to look at it and to face it. And knowing that we are repelling what we want anytime we separate ourselves from it. So for example, if you want more money and you're telling yourself that it is too hard, that it's a struggle to receive money, that there are so many more people that are way luckier than you, have better resources and all of this stuff, then you're already separating yourself from being in that position, putting yourself in that position, and deciding, because here's the truth, it's not going to be always easy expanding yourself to that next level. Absolutely not. Like, it's supposed to be uncomfortable. And really deciding that you can do it, that you can handle it, that you can hold it, that you got this, that there's going to be no more self-sabotage. How many times have you self-sabotaged yourself because you are afraid, because the resistance is too strong, the resistance to stay where you are, consuming things that are not actually serving your growth, or surrounding yourself with people who are not doing the work, and wondering why they don't get it, why they don't fully support you, why aren't they fully plugging into your spaces. You gotta create the space that you want to be living in and leading from. So for me, wealth embodiment is a feeling of consistent pleasure. Consistent, I'm waking up excited for the day. I'm in flow. I'm in my momentum. Like, things are just working. Everything is working. I'm seeing more of the good. I'm feeling more of the good. The conversations I'm having are focused on growth. They're focused on wealth. They're focused on expanding my wealth. They're focused on connection from a space of rising, flourishing. Everybody's flourishing. And if you're not having those kind of conversations on a consistent basis, then you need to surround yourself with people who are committed to that. They're not committed to telling themselves the same old story, staying stuck or stagnant in a space of fear, scarcity, lack, same thing, scarcity, lack. That is all conditioning. It's all conditioning that you get to shift and rewire within yourself. Your entire perception of money gets to change. Your beliefs around money get to change. And not just what you're telling yourself, the thoughts, like the affirmation piece, but like the actual feeling it in your being. Feeling and seeing yourself having multiple six figures. Not just making a certain amount of money. It's like, no, we're going beyond that. We're much more focused on our long-term vision 5 years from now, 10 years from now, than we are today. And knowing that we have to expand ourselves. Multiple streams of income. Learning the market. Investing your money. Not just putting it in a regular checking account or savings account that is not really supporting you. But any kind of extra money that you have, putting it into the market. Knowing that even cash on hands is going to build up interest the more money that you have in your account. And of course, you can always come learn from me how to trade, how to do day and momentum trading to expand even further. Coming back to wealth embodiment, though, it is a frequency, vibration, feeling first. It is, how much money do I want to have? How much money do I believe I'm worthy of having, of playing with? Am I playing small? Could I be taking more risks? Could I be betting on myself more? Could I be taking better care of my body, of how often I'm moving my body, how I show up for myself? Could I kick it up a notch? The answer should be yes. The answer is always yes. We can always kick it up a notch. And that feeling of consistent doing, right? Consistent embodiment, consistent work. It is consistent work. But that's what keeps you moving in the energy of pleasure, in the energy of flourishing. Otherwise, if you stop, then you don't feel as good. Not saying that you're not going to take breaks and you're not going to rest. Like, you're going to do that. You're going to rest. You're going to take care of yourself. You're going to take space anytime that you need it. But you're always going to be leaning towards more. Because that is where you're not in survival mode. You are in thriving mode. You are thriving. Your light is shining. You're more authentic to who you are. Your voice is very unique, expressive. Where there is no settling. There is no like, oh, I'm done. Knowing that you're always going to continue to anchor in the joy that comes when you're flourishing in the moment. Because remember, it's not the goal, it's not the next milestone that gives you the best feeling. Yes, that feels amazing, right? It feels amazing when you accomplish a goal, but it's the buildup. It's in the journey. It's before the orgasm. Yeah, the orgasm's great, but like that buildup, when you're on the edge and you think you're going to climax, and then it's just like a little bit more, and then it's like boom, and then it's done, right? When you're running a 5K, you're running a 10K, whatever the goal is of the day or whatever you're feeling, it's like you're mile 1, mile 2, you're like, it's always the first mile or 2 that's the hardest, in my opinion. And then you get into like mile 3, mile 4, you're like, oh yeah, like I can just feel the 10K. I feel it completed. And you're in that and you're almost there. It's like that's stretching yourself. In the market, it's like, oh, I'm going to buy 200 shares today. I'm going to buy 100 shares today. I'm going to stretch myself a bit. It's these things that add up and compound over time. The little moments, the little steps that we take to expand ourselves. To embody wealth is to truly receive pleasure in the littlest of moments throughout your day, because you are creating your reality through your thoughts, through your beliefs. And so you are shifting yourself anytime that you got to. Anytime that you notice something that you don't want pop up, it's like, okay, how am I going to respond to this? Who am I going to be? How am I going to shift? And what's my next step? Now what am I going to do? And as you practice this more, focusing on the frequency of wealth, what does that feel like when you already have multiple six figures in your trading account, in your bank account, in your business, crossing your first 6 figures? Like, what is that feeling now? When you're up $2,000 in the market, when you're up $1,000 in the market, when you're up $300 in the market, connecting to those ups when you're experiencing downs, when you're not feeling as wealthy as you want to, when you aren't making the money that you really want to be making in your business. And not disconnecting from that, staying plugged in all the way. And what I do to also embody this is, once again, I implement multiple things in my day that support me to anchor in the feelings of joy, of gratitude, of bliss, of inspiration, of all of the higher vibrating positive emotions. There's multiple things I do in my day, every single day, where I am taking care of myself, my energy, my emotions. The truth is, if you become somebody who can master flourishing in every single emotion on the wave of emotions, when you're feeling frustrated, when you're feeling impatient, when you're feeling stubborn, when you're feeling like it's not ever going to be here, that next desire, that next result, you feel like it's not working. If you can plug in to the higher positive emotions, in those moments, that is where the real magic unfolds. That is where you are living in the sweet spot. You can tap in. You can feel more of the good. You can see more of the good. No matter what anybody else thinks. No matter what anyone else is radiating, what they're consuming, what their thoughts are. You can just stay plugged in to your most desirable reality, no matter what. And this is what it takes to see that next money milestone, that next business milestone, that next personal milestone. It doesn't even have to be money related. But when you're stretching yourself physically and energetically, the money is going to come as well. You're going to plug into more money. Because why? You're going to feel better. And you're going to be like, why wouldn't I expand my money? Like, why wouldn't I be making more money? Why wouldn't I be putting that effort in? Like, yeah, it does take effort, right? It's like you're not going to force it, but you're going to show up. You're going to take action consistently. You're going to show up as though it's already fucking here. Until it is. And the universe has no other option than to deliver more of what you want when you are in the vibration of it. When you are in the vibration of wealth, wealth is all around you. You feel good. You got your workout in. You got your breath work in, your meditation, whatever. You had great conversations with your team, with your coworkers, with your kids. You're hanging out. You're seeing your kids flourish. Your kids are having fun. You're having fun because you love what you do. Because why wouldn't you love what you do? When you're tapped into the energy, the vibration of wealth, and that's your focus. That's your focus. How can I see myself as wealthy today? How can I feel my life as abundance, as overflow? How can I give from a space of wealth? Even when I am not at $1 million net worth? Can you tap into being a millionaire right now? Even if it takes you 5 years, 10 years, 2 years, whatever your timeline is, we're all on different timelines. And when we detach from needing to fucking know when it's going to happen in order to decide you're going to be that version of yourself every day until it happens, it's a much different energy. You take action much differently. Much differently. You're not afraid of failure. Because you know it's much riskier not to give it your all. To look back in 3 years and be like, what if I would have shown up for my podcast every single week? What if I would have worked on my YouTube channel and just really did it for pleasure and gave value? What if I gave that launch, I continued to launch that offer over and over again, focused on building community, focused on knowing the value of what I have to offer, increasing my wealth embodiment. Because let me tell you, when you believe you're worthy of the results you want, there's no not showing up to do the damn things that you want to do. There just isn't. You find the time. You create the time. And if you need support, then you get the support that you need to help you. And so as I've been feeling into the past 16 months and really focusing on wealth embodiment, not separating myself from more money, actually leaning into it. Wait, what does that feel like? What does that look like? How do I show up in that? Knowing that it's not just about the money. It's not just about money. It's so much more than that. It's about how you feel about what you're doing. It's about how fulfilled you feel on a daily basis. Like, is your soul on fire every single day? Are you excited to show up, to create content, to whatever it is for you, right? Like, to your job, for your business, to trade, if that is what you're also doing with me, or whatever have you. I mean, I want you to plug into these episodes and really decide that you are skyrocketing your identity and that you're not settling for less anymore, that you're not going to self-sabotage on your way up just because it's not always going to feel good. Like, you're going to have plenty of moments where it doesn't feel good. Who are you going to be? How are you going to show up in the ups? Right? How are you going to show up in a higher vibration even when you have negative thoughts popping up or shit behind the scenes that isn't fun that you're dealing with? Tapping into that wealth. Do whatever you gotta do. What makes you feel wealthy right now? I want you to actually take the space to feel into it. Like, what are the things that you did today for yourself that make you feel like more money and more pleasure is already on the way? And not just that, but impact and inspiration and fulfillment. Like soul fulfillment. And if you did not do anything, then that's where you need to start. You need to be plugging into things that feel good for you. Much more. Like, I don't want you to just think about it. I want you to feel it in every being of your body. Dancing to songs that light you up. Jamming out to money songs. Feeling into the wealthiest version of yourself. The one that's really smart with money. The one that's investing your money for the future version of yourself. Showing up to expand your money, to play with it, to have fun with it, to treat it really, really good. Energetically, it matters. Everything that you do energetically matters. What you're sending out there. What you're consuming. What is going in your energy, your energetic portal. And guess what? You do not have to let anything in your energetic portal that you don't actually want to be there. That includes people. That includes beliefs. That includes news. That includes anything, any propaganda that you don't want to believe, that you don't believe. You get to consume more of what you want, and you get to receive more of what you want. The more you focus on feeling good and following that, what feels better? What feels better? What feels better? This is what you're going to ask yourself. Anytime fear pops up, anytime scarcity pops up, anytime your mind wants to play tricks on you and tell you that you don't have what it takes to get to that next level. Because fuck that shit. You do have what it takes. And you are somebody who is going to do what it takes. Knowing that this is a long-term journey. You don't need to be a millionaire this year. Next year, you don't need to be a millionaire right now. Can you take the steps it takes to know that you're just going to keep getting better from here and expanding from here? Because you know it's not just about you. It's about everyone around you that plugs into your space, that has a conversation with you. It's about expanding yourself to flourish in all areas of your life so you can serve others to flourish in every area of their life too. This is the magic that we do in my space. And I'm so happy to have you here. If you listened to this episode, if you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe. You can do so on YouTube. You can do so on iTunes, on Spotify, wherever you want to plug into. Knowing that I am creating more videos over on my YouTube channel as well. And I have an incredible trading and investing experience called Fast Foundations. I will drop the link I'm actually working on getting my new website up and going. However, you can plug into Fast Foundations anytime you want, and that is a really great place to start your trading and investing journey. And then if you desire to leave any feedback on this podcast episode, you can do so over on iTunes. Leave me a review. You can message me on social media at Awaken You Trading. I would absolutely love to hear from you. And I am just super excited to keep expanding with you over the years. So remember, this is a long-term journey. We're in it for the long haul, and we are only going to keep expanding from here. So thanks everybody for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye now.